Hi friends and welcome back. In previous video we had started to discuss this spatial transformation and we had learned the first type, that is W is equals to Z square transformation. So in today's video we will discuss the second type, that is W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z transformation, and we will solve the sums related to that transformation. But before that we will solve the sums of previous lecture so we can revise that lecture and we can move very smoothly in this lecture. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. So the first numerical is: prove that the image of the circle mod of z minus 1 equals to 1 under the transformation W is equals to Z square is the cardioid of radius R equals to 2 into 1 plus cos phi. Okay, so basically we want to prove this term. Okay, now as you can see here the equation of the circle is given. So in previous video I had told when the equation of the circle is given in the W is equals to Z square transformation, then we will use the polar form of this W is equals to Z square transformation. Okay, so we will start. So the solution is, so you can see the equation of the circle is mod of z minus 1 equals to 1. Okay, so first we will expand this. So what is z? Z is x plus iy minus 1 equals to 1. So now taking the real part together, so here it is x minus 1 plus I into y equals to 1. Okay, so this mod of x minus 1 plus I into y will be under root of real part square plus imaginary part square equals to 1. Now we will square on both the sides. So squaring on both the sides we will get x minus 1 the whole square plus y square equals to 1. Okay, now we will expand this bracket. So this is x square plus 1 minus 2x plus y square equals to 1. Now so this one and this one gets cancelled, so we will get x square minus 2x plus y square equals to 0. That's the equation number 1. Okay, so we had obtained the equation number 1. So put it aside. Now we will see the polar form of W is equals to Z square transformation. Is that W equals to Z square. So W can be written as capital R into e raised to I phi, and Z can be written as small r into e raised to I theta the whole square. So from this equation you can conclude that capital R equals to small r square and phi equals to 2 theta. Okay, so this obtained, this is the polar form. Okay, so now we will see for the equation 1. So from equation 1, that is x square minus 2x plus y square equals to 0. Now in polar form this x and y can be written as x is equals to small r cos theta, let's say x is equals to small r cos theta, and y is equals to small r sin theta. Okay, we can write this x and y in polar form as r cos theta and r sin theta. Now we will substitute this x and y in the above equation. So we will get r cos theta the whole square minus 2 into r cos theta plus r into sin theta the whole square, which is equals to 0. Okay, so these two brackets, from these two brackets r square is common, so we will get cos square theta plus sin square theta minus 2 into r cos theta equals to 0. Now we know that cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. So we will write here r square into 1 minus 2 into r cos theta equals to 0. Okay, so this r square is equals to 2 into r cos theta. Okay, we can bring this 2r cos theta on the right hand side. Now we will square the both the sides. So we will get r raised to 4 is equals to 4r square into cos square theta. Okay, now this is r square raised to square into 4r square into cos square theta. Now what is small r square? Small r square is the capital R. So here it will be r raised to 2 because here it is square into 4. R square is capital R, so 4r. Now what is cos square theta? Cos square theta can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Okay, so this r square equals to these 2 and 2 2s are 4, so 2 into r into 1 plus cos. Now 2 theta equals to phi, so we can replace it with phi. Okay, now this 1r and this 1r gets cancelled, so we get r is equals to 2 into 1 plus cos phi. Okay, so this we want to prove that. So here we had prove r is equals to 2 into 1 plus cos phi. Okay, so I hope you understood this equation. So whenever in the equation the circle is mentioned in W is equals to Z square transformation, then we will use the polar form of W is equals to Z square. Okay. So now we will move towards our new transformation, that is W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z is transformation. Okay. So the second type of special transformation is W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z transformation. Okay. So if in this transformation in the Z plane the line is given, that means theta will be given. Whenever the theta is given in the equation of W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z transformation, that means the line is given. So this line can be transformed into the hyperbola using W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z transformation. Okay. And when in the equation the circle is given, that means the radius will be given. Okay. That time this circle will be transformed into ellipse by using W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z transformation. Okay. Now when we will solve the sums of this transformation, then you will get the clear idea that what I am saying. Okay. So without any further delay, we will solve the sums. So prove that the image of the angle theta equals to beta and the transformation W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z is the branch of hyperbola. Okay. So here you can see the angle is given. So angle is given, that means the here line is given. So we will convert this line using the W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z transformation into the branch of hyperbola. Okay. So we will start. So the solution is, here theta is equals to beta is given and W is equals to Z plus 1 upon Z transformation is given. Okay. So here angle is given. So now we will convert this Z into the polar form. So let's say W equals to, what is Z? Z is R into e raised to I theta plus 1 upon R into e raised to I theta. Okay. Because Z can be written as R into e raised to I theta in the polar form. So W is equals to, what is W? W is U plus IV. Okay. So we will write here U plus IV. Here we want to write Z in polar form. Okay. Not W. So we will write W as U plus IV. So here U plus IV, R into e raised to I theta plus 1 upon R into e raised to minus I theta. This e raised to I theta goes in the numerator. So it will be e raised to minus I theta. So what is e raised to I theta? It is cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay. Plus 1 upon R. And what is e raised to minus I theta? It is cos theta minus I sin theta. Okay. Here minus will come. Minus I sin theta. So here U plus IV is this. So now this R into cos theta and 1 upon R into cos theta can be taken on one side. So cos theta into R plus 1 upon R. Okay. Now this R into plus I into sin theta and this 1 upon R into minus I into sin theta can be taken on one side. So we will get plus I into sin theta into R minus 1 upon R. Okay. So observe it. So U plus IV equals to cos theta into R plus 1 upon R plus I into sin theta into R minus 1 upon R. So you can see this term is real term, that means real part, and this part is the imaginary part. And on the left hand side V is the imaginary part and U is the real part. So we will separate the real and imaginary part. So U equals to cos theta into R plus 1 upon R and V equals to sin theta into R minus 1 upon R. Okay. So now here comes a trick. So whenever in the equation the angle is given, then we will take the angle term in the denominator. Okay. So here it is U upon cos theta, which is equals to R plus 1 upon R. Let's say equation 1, and V upon sin theta is equals to R minus 1 upon R. So remember the trick that if in the equation the angle is given, then we take the angle term in the denominator. Okay. So we got the two equations. Now we want the equation of the hyperbola. So what is the standard equation of the hyperbola? That is x square by a square minus y square by b square equals to 1. This is the standard equation of the hyperbola. This hyperbola passes from the origin because here h and k is 0. That means x minus h the whole square upon a square minus y minus k the whole square upon b square equals to 1. So here h and k are 0. So this hyperbola passes from the origin. Okay. So remember this equation, that is x square by a square minus y square by b square equals to 1. This is the standard equation of the hyperbola. So from this equation we get an hint that we have to square and subtract these two equations. Okay, so we will do it. So squaring equations 1 and 2. So u square upon cos square theta equals to r plus 1 upon r the whole square. Okay, and we will get v square upon sin square theta equals to r minus 1 upon r the whole square. So now we will subtract these two equations. So we will subtract 1 minus 2. Okay, that is 1 minus 2. So we will get u square upon cos square theta minus v square upon sin square theta equals to r plus 1 upon r the whole square minus r minus 1 upon r the whole square. Okay, so this is u square upon cos square theta minus v square upon sin square theta. It is equals to, now if you expand these two terms, so this is a plus b the whole square minus a minus b the whole square. So it will be 4 into ab. So 4 into r into 1 upon r. So it will be 1. So here it is 4. If you will expand, then you will get 4 only. Okay. Now we will divide the whole equation by 4. So here we want 1, because the standard equation of the hyperbola is x square by a square minus y square by b square equals to 1. Okay, so we will divide by 4. So we will here u square upon 4 cos square theta minus v square upon 4 sin square theta equals to 1. Okay, so we had obtained our answer. This is the equation of the hyperbola. Okay, so that's all. If you had any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. Please subscribe my channel for more educational videos. Like and share. In next video we will discuss the third special transformation, that is w is equals to sin z transformation, and we will solve the sums related to that transformation, and also we will revise this transformation with the other sum. Okay, so thank you and have a good day.